गुरु गौरंग गंधार गिरिधारी शिशि राधा विनोर बिहारी जू की जय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जय। नित्याल विष्णु विष्णुपार शुद्ध शुद्ध शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय। नित्याल विष्णु विष्णुपार शुद्ध शुद्ध शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल विष्णु विष्णुपार शुद्ध शुद्ध शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल विष्णु विष्णुपार शुद्ध शुद्ध शिशिमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल विष्णु विष्णुपार शुद्ध शुद्ध शिशिमार श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल विष्णु महाभागवत श्री बाबूजी महाराज की जय। नित्याल विश्व शुद्ध सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्याल विश्व वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानु गौरी गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शार गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम जय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौरमंडल ब्रजमंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट विदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री मुन देवी गंग देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी बिंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय श्री कार्तिक व्रत नियम सेवा की जय। उर्ज व्रत की जय। उर्जेश्वरी रसेश्वरी शिव शुभानुनंदिनी श्रीमती राधा ठाकुरानी की जय। जय हम्म, श्री दामोदराष्टक की जय। श्री यशोदा दामोदर राधा दामोदर की जय। जय श्री हरि नाम संकी ओ जय श्रील नरहरि सरकार ठाकुर की जय। तदीय शुभ तिरुवार तिथि की जय। जय श्री Mahaprabhu's arrival in Panihati Gram की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रीनिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। Yeah, let's open this up so you can see. Angashyamalima-chataभिरभितो मन्दीकृतेन्दीवरम् चाड्यां जागुडरोचिषां विदधतां पट्टाम्बरस्य श्रिया वृन्दारण्यविलासिनं हृदि लसत् दामाभिरामोदरम् राधास्कन्दनिवेशितोज्ज्वलभुजां ध्यायेमदामोदरम्। भजश भक्त्या विहीना न त्वयैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय देवी त्वं नयमं चरणन्तिकम्। भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्षय क्षिप्ताश्चकामादितराङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दं भज श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Chatamai Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Vidyalala Sadidi, Ganga Mataji. I opened up Restream a bit late, so I might be missing some of the early comments. But I'm guessing Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji are there, and maybe Mahi Bharat Prabhu, um, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Pramila Didi, and also all the devotees watching in the future, like like Shachi Devi, Jayadev Prabhu, Krishna Rose, and Ananda Pradayani, and everybody else. Haribol. So we today is a very auspicious day. It is the Disappearance Day, I think. Yes, Disappearance Day of Śrīla Narahari Sarakāra Thakur. It's also today's the day that Mahaprabhu arrived in Panihati. And also, yeah, that's it. And today we'll also read Srila Gurudev's commentary, the Digdarshini Vritti of verse 4 of Dāmodarāṣṭakam. I already said Ganga Mataji, right? I think so, yeah. Haribol. Oh, and Haribol Champak Mataji. Haribol. All right, so let's begin. Oh, and when I was saying the Jaidwani, I just quickly searched online and I found Srila Bhakti Balavam Goswami Maharaj. He gave commentary. No, sorry, he there's some Harikatha from Srila Bhakti Balavam Goswami Maharaj on Mahaprabhu's arriving at Panihati. So yeah, I think we'll begin with that. We'll begin reading about Narahari Sarakāra Thakur and Mahaprabhu's arrival in Panihati, and then we'll read from Dāmodarāṣṭakam. Let me just find Narahari. And today the Wi-Fi is not working, and so I'm using my mobile data. Hopefully it's not fast enough. You can let me know though if it's going too slow. Okay, Śrīla Narahari Sarakāra Thakur from the book Sri Chaitanya and His Associates. And you can find this wonderful, very important book on Amazon. This is the EPUB version. Pura madhumati prana sakhi Vṛndāvane stita adhuna narahari yakya Sarakāra prabho priya. Narahari Sarakāra, the Lord's dear associate, was previously Radha's intimate girlfriend named Madhumati. That's Gaur Ganadish Dipika 117. Śrīla Narahari Sarakāra Thakur is counted as one of Chaitanya's branches on the desire tree of pure devotional service. By Mahaprabhu's desire, he took birth in a physician in a Vaidya family, blessing his family when he did so. He was foremost among the Lord's associates of the village of Śrīkhanda. Narahari's home is about 1 mile from the Śrīkhanda railway station near Katwa in the Burdwan district. Some of the other prominent residents of Śrīkhanda who were devotees of Lord Chaitanya were Sri Mukunda, Sri Raghunandan, Sri Chiranjeev, Sri Sulochana, Śrī Dāmodar Kaviraj, Sri Ramachandra Kaviraj, Sri Govinda Kaviraj, Sri Balaram Das, Sri Ratikanta, Sri Ram Gopal Das, Sri Pitambar Das, Shri Sachinandan, and Shri Jagadananda. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami mentions many of these names as Chaitanya's branches that generously distributed the fruits of love of God in the 10th chapter of the Adi Lila. The scholar Bharat Malik has written the following Sanskrit verses about Narahari's appearance and a Vaidya family in his book, Chandra Prabha. Shri Khanda Namanagari Radhe Bangeshu Vishruta Sarvesham Eva Vaidyanam Ashayo Yatra Vidyate Yatra Ghoshti Bhuta Vaidya Khando Bhur Pishak Priya Visheshata Kulinanam Sarvesham Eva Vasabhu. In Bengal, in the area known as Arad, there is a famous town known as Sri Khanda that gave shelter to all the physician clans. Since Vaidyas gathered there, it became a favored residence for them, and especially those who are of the noblest birth. In the Gaudiya Vaishnava Abhidhan, it is stated that Narahari Sarakāra Thakur appeared in either the Shaka year 1401 or 1402. That's 1480 AD. And when was Mahaprabhu? Is it 1486? I think it's 1486 was Mahaprabhu. So Narahari Sarakāra Thakur is 6 years older than Mahaprabhu. His father's name was Śrī Narayan Das. His mother's Śrī Goi. Goi was the daughter of Murari Sen. Narayan Das had 3 sons, Mukunda, Madhav, and Narahari. Raghunandan Thakur, whose darshan would drive away on, this is from Bhakti Ratnakar, it says, Raghunandan Thakur, whose darshan would drive away all the material afflictions, was Mukunda's son. Yes, Raghunandan Thakur's his pastime is so sweet and so beautiful. He's the one who was imploring when his father went out, Mukunda went out, then he had to make the offering to Gopinath, but then he was just a little boy, maybe 5 years old. I don't know how old exactly, but he had to make the offering. But then when he tried to make the offering, Gopinath didn't eat it. It just stayed there on the plate. And so then he started begging that pastime. The author of Chaitanya Mangal, Lochan Das, who came from a remote village near Jamadpur, was Narahari's disciple. For this reason, Lochan Das writes that Sri Gadadhar Das and Narahari Sarakāra Thakur were Mahaprabhu's dearest associates. On the other hand, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vṛndāvana Das Thakur has not spoken at any length about the devotees of Sri Khanda. Srila Lochan Das Thakur has written the following about his guru in the Chaitanya Mangal. He said, Narahari Das Thakur is my worshipable master. He descended from an esteemed line of physicians. His body was permeated by love for Krishna, and he taught his disciples nothing other than Krishna Prem. He was previously known as Madhumati, one of Radha's dearest Sakis in Vṛndāvana, a storehouse of sweetness. Now in the age of Kali, along with Gauranga, he has become the keeper of the storehouse of love for Radha and Krishna. After the death of his father, Narayan Das, Narahari's older brother Mukunda arranged for him to study in Navadvip. It is said that, in fact, Mukunda also worked as a physician to the Badshah in order to meet his family expenses. Narahari quickly became very learned, as well as a connoisseur of the flavors of devotional sentiment. Even before becoming Mahaprabhu's associate, he composed songs glorifying Radha and Govinda's pastimes. When Srila Gadadhar Pandit Goswami was constantly by the Lord's side, engaged in his service, Narahari had the good fortune to enter into his association. Narahari Sarakāra Thakur's personal service was to fan the Lord with the yak-tail whisk. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Mahaprabhu's personal associate, confirmed this in his Gaur Arati. Narahari Ari Kori Chamara Dhulai Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Ghoshadikai. Narahari and the other residents of Śrīkhanda fans with the chamar, while Sanjay, Mukunda, and Vasud Ghosh sang. Narahari wrote several books, including Bhakti Chandrika Patal, Shri Krishna Bhajanamrita. We read that recently, the Shri Krishna Bhajanamrita. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur published that. Shri Chaitanya Sahasranam, Shri Shachinandashtak, Shri Radhashtak, etc. All of these are well known and thought of highly by the devotees. The following story is told about Narahari. Once, when Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu came to his house in Śrīkhanda, they suddenly expressed a desire for honey. Narahari demonstrated his miraculous powers by transforming the water in a pond near his house into honey. Ever since, he quenched the Lord's desire for honey with water from this pond. Ever since he quenched the Lord's desire for honey from water from this pond, it has been known as Madhu Pushkarini. And you can see that Madhu Pushkarini when you go there in Śrīkhanda to their house there. It's just in the back. And there's also, So the Lord gave Narahari the order in a dream to install 3 deities of himself, which are currently worshipped in Śrīkhanda, Katwa, and Ganganagar. Narahari Sarakāra Thakur also participated in the Lord's activities in Puri. He and the other residents of Śrīkhanda were amongst those who went every year with Shrivananda Sen. This is described in the Madhya Lila chapter 1, verse 132. When Mahaprabhu returns to Puri after his pilgrimage to South India, where he had saved so many people by giving them love for Krishna, Nityananda Prabhu sent Kala Krishnadas back to Bengal to tell everyone that Mahaprabhu was back. The devotees immediately made arrangements to go to Jagannath Puri to see the Lord. The residents of Śrīkhanda, the Khandavasis, were counted amongst them. Now this is from Madhya Lila chapter 10. It says, Mukunda, Narahari, and Raghunandan from Śrīkhanda arrived at Advaita Acharya's house to go to Nilachal. After the Snanyatra, Lord Jagannath would not be available for darshan. Out of separation from the Lord, Mahaprabhu would go to Alanath and returned to Puri when he heard that the devotees from Bengal were arriving there. When Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked Gopinathacharya to identify the Lord's devotees, he mentioned the names of Narahari, Mukundadas, Raghunandan, Chiranjeev, Sulochana, and other Khandavasis as most dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's all in the next chapter of Madhya Lila, chapter 11. During the Rath, and now this is from, what I'm reading now is from chapter 13 of Madhya Lila. During the festival of Rath Yatra, the Lord formed 7 kirtan groups with the devotees from Bengal. One of these composed uniquely of the devotees from Śrīkhanda. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes that Narahari Sarakāra Thakur and Raghunandan were the dancers for this group. And now this is from Madhya Lila, chapter 15, 132. When the Lord gave Mukunda, Raghunandan, and Narahari directions for service, he told Narahari to remain in the association of devotees. Many people confuse Narahari Sarakāra Thakur with the author of Bhakti Ratnakar, Narahari Chakravarti. The latter, who is also known as Ghanshyam Das, was born in the district of Murshidabad. His father's name was Jagannath Chakravarti and was a disciple of Vishwanath Chakravarti. Oh, I didn't know that. On Govindaji's order, he was engaged as the cook for the Govinda temple and was known as the cooking pujari, the Rasoya pujari in Vraj. Okay. If Gaur came back to Nadia town. The following is one of the many delectable songs composed by Narahari Sarakāra Thakur. It's a very sad song, if I remember correctly. Okay, let's sing this. I don't know how to sing it though. Anyways, I'm just gonna Kundana Kanaka Panti. No, what's the Bahu Jugalatu Bahu Jugalatu Hari Hari Bonabo. Okay. Kaola Gora. I have no idea how to sing this. Aolo Gora Punahi Nadia Pura Hawato Manahi Ulasa Aiche Ananda Kandai Ki Heravo Karabahi Kirtana Vilasa Hari Hari Kava Hama Herabo Somuka Chanda Viraha Payodi Kava Dina Parava Tutava Hridaya Kabanda Kundana Kanaka Pati ke bahiravo yagya ki sutra viraja bahu jugala tuli hari hari bolo bo natana bhakata kana maja Eta kohi nayana modi bahu sabajana gaur prema bhela bhora narahari tasa ashaka bapuravo Hera Bogora Kishora Hera Bogora Kishore. If Gaur came back to Nadia town, my mind would be filled with joy. Then I would see him, the source of all joy, performing his kirtan pastimes. Oh Hari Hari, when will I gaze upon that moon-like face? When will that day come when the dam holding the ocean of separation in my heart breaks? When will I see the golden form of the Lord wrapped in his Yagya Sutra? Lifting my arms in the air, I will shout, Hari, Hari, and dance in the midst of the devotees. Saying such things, many of Gaura's devotees close their eyes and merge into love for him. When will Narahari's desires be fulfilled? When will he gaze again upon the form of the young Gaur? Wow, what a beautiful kirtan, huh? Narahari disappeared in around 1540 AD in the month of Agrahaya on the Krishna Akadashi day. Srinivasacharya officiated at this funeral ceremony. Nityananda Prabhu's son Virabhadra Goswami and many other important Vaishnavas were in Srikhanda to celebrate Narahari's disappearance feast, which is described in Bhakti Ratnakar. So in Bhakti Ratnakar, in the ninth Vilas, it says, some people said, or ninth Taranka, I think it is. It said, some people said, brothers, do not leave right away. An ocean of praying will flood over in Srikhanda in a few days. On the 11th day of the waning moon of Agrahayan, when Narahari Thakur disappeared, a great festival will be held here. see this festival that is going to start in the next 3 or 4 days to the full satisfaction of your eyes. Jai Śrīla Narahari Sarakāra Thakur ki Jai. Okay, now let's read about Mahaprabhu's arrival in Panihati. Let me just open this up in a new window. This is from the website bbtirtha.org. Oh, and you can hear audio of it as well. I'm just saying, is it English? This website's so nicely done. Anyhow, okay, so at first I pay my innumerable prostrated obeisances to the lotus feet of my most I pay obeisances to the lotus feet of my most merciful and worshipful divine master, who is the redeemer of the fallen souls, the bestower of knowledge on the absolute, the non-different manifestation of the Supreme Lord, and the bestower of service of the Supreme Lord. I pray for his causeless mercy. I pay my prostrated obeisances to the lotus feet of the worshipable Vaishnavas and pray for their causeless mercy. I pay my due respects to all the devotees, inclined to hear the discourses on the Supreme Lord and observing Damodar Vṛt. May they all become satisfied. Today is the Tithi on which Sriman Gauranga Mahaprabhu set his footprints at Panihati. Panihati is situated in West Bengal near Sodepur station. I got the opportunity to go there many a time with Guruji. It is the place of Raghav Pandit. Raghav Pandit and his sister Damayanti are personal associates of the Lord in Krishna Lila. Dhanishta and Gunamala and Krishna Lila, who prepare various sorts of things for Krishna, have appeared as Raghav Pandit and Damayanti respectively. Mahaprabhu's Lila has connection with Krishna Lila. Attracted by pure love, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu resides in 4 places eternally: in the house of Sachi Devi, in Nityananda Prabhu's dance, in the Bhajan Kutir of Srivas Pandit, and in the house of Raghav Pandit. Interesting. So he's in 3 houses. He's in Shachi Devi's house, Srivas Thakur's Bhajan Kutir, and Raghav Pandit's place. And also in Nityananda Prabhu's dance. I've never heard this before. It's so interesting. Raghav Pandit used to make many sorts of offerings for Mahaprabhu. It was called Raghav Jali, the wicker basket. He used to prepare many of such offerings that could be served even after 6 months or after 1 year. He used to send his wicker basket containing various sorts of eatables for the Lord from his house to Purushottam Dham for the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Krishna Lila, the Lord used to accept the eatables made by Dhanishta with intense love. Similarly, in Chaitanya's Lila, Mahaprabhu used to accept Raghav Pandit's offerings with the same mood. When the Lord took sannyas and went to Purushottam Dham, Srivas Pandit could not bear separation from him. All the places of Navadvip reminded him of Mahaprabhu. He continuously wept in separation from the Lord. Unable to stay in Navadvip, he came to Kumarhatta and started staying there. One can reach Kumarhatta from a station called Pali Shahar. Mahaprabhu first came to Kumarhatta, and after giving service opportunity to Srivas Pandit, he came to Raghav Pandit's house. So I guess today is the day that Mahaprabhu arrived at Raghav Pandit's house in Panihati. During the Panihati Darichira Mahotsav, also by the desire of Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu himself manifested there in that festival. Nityananda Prabhu is actually Dauji or Balaram, and he first offered Dadi Chira to Mahaprabhu, and after that he distributed it to all. Though externally Mahaprabhu used to reside in Puridam those days, but being subdued by the devotion, he manifested there. He also used to come to accept the offering of Mother Shachi. Mother Shachi used to prepare offerings, thinking about her son, and weep. Oh, my son Gaur Gopal is not here. Hearing her cries, Mahaprabhu used to go to her and accept the offerings. Mother Shachi used to think that someone else ate her preparations. Devotion is very powerful. The Supreme Lord is attracted by pure devotion. Patrang pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tad aham bhakta upahritam ashnami prayatatmana. It's the Bhagavad Gita 9:26. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. If one cooks with love and devotion for the Lord, he will come there attracted by the love. Srimati Radharani is always engaged in cooking for Krishna. One must have intense love and affection for the Lord. If someone does the Lord's service as a duty or with some other motive, then the Lord will not come. One should serve with love and affection. Mahaprabhu used to get attracted by the love of Sridhar. Sridhar, the personal associate to Mahaprabhu, played the pastimes of being a very poor person. Though his poverty was only apparent, he used to sell vegetables like tor, mocha, loki, etc. And with the money he would get, he used to perform Ganga Puja and maintain himself. Mahaprabhu used to go to his shop every day. There were so many other shops, but Mahaprabhu used to go particularly to his shop only. Sridhar would quote the right price for each item. He used to say, I'm not lying. Whatever is the correct price, I'm asking you for that only. Though he used to quote the correct price for every item, but Mahaprabhu would only pay half the price he would have asked for. There used to be sweet quarrel between them. Sridhar later would say to him, you are a Brahmin, and I do not want to quarrel with a Brahmin. You can take all the things you want for free. After Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas, Sridhar went to Puridam with Loki, and Mahaprabhu accepted it. That was the last thing that Mahaprabhu ate before he left to Navadvip, right? Such is the power of devotion. So externally, it is seen that Raghav Pandit used to cook, but his activity of cooking has got devotion in it, which attracted the Lord to him. Jai. Mahaprabhu's arrival at Sri Panihati Jai. All right, so now we have 25 minutes to read from the Dāmodarāṣṭakam book. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Goswami Maharaj. Jai. Really, what would we do without Śrīla Bhakti Goswami Maharaj's Kataj? Really helpful. Okay, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Oh, it's here. Sorry, guys. Let's open up recent. There it is. Sorry, something's stuck in my throat. All right. Let's sing the Dāmodarāṣṭakam and then we'll start reading. Okay. Oh no, I got the hiccups. Oh God, that's annoying. Anyhow, let's see. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Prajaman Yashodabhiyo Lukhaladhavamanam Paramrishtamatyan Tato Drutya Gopya Rudantamuhurnetra Yumamrejantam Karambhojayumena Satankanetram Muhushvasakampa Tirekhankakanta Sitagraivadamodaram Bhakti Bhakti Iti Drik Swalilabi Ananda Kunde Swaghosha Mimachantam Akhya Bayantam Tadiyeshitargeshu Bhaktarjitatam Puna Prematastam Shatavrittivante Param Deva Moksha Na mokṣavadhiṁ va Na cānyaṁ vṛṇe vareśād apīha idaṁ te vapur Nātha gopāla-bālaṁ sadā me manasy āvirāstāṁ kemānya idaṁ te mokṣaṁ bhojam avyaktanilai pritam kuntalai snigdharaktaścha gopya Mohushambittam bimbarakta manasya virastam alangakshalabhai Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasiddha Prabhu Dukha Jalabdi Magna Kripa Drishti Vrishtyati Dina Batano Grihane Shamam Agyam Edakshidrishya Uveratmajo Baddha Murtaiva Yadvad Tvaya Mochito Bhakti Bhajo Krito Cham Tatha Prema Bhakti Swakham Me Prayacha Namokshe Graho Mesti Damodareha Namaste Studamne Spuratipti Dhamne Tadyodarayatha Vishwasadhamne Namo Radhikayai Tadyapriyayai Namo Nantalilai Devaya Tubhyam Namo Radhikayai Tadyapriyayai Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantalilai Devaya Tubhyam Namo Nantalilai Devaya Tubhyam Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Damodara Radha Damodara Jai Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe. Okay, so now the fourth verse. Oops, wait. Did I stop sharing my screen also? Did I not share my screen the whole time? Really sorry if I didn't. Oh, okay. So now the fourth verse. Vṛṇe Deva mokṣaṁ na mokṣāvadhiṁ. O Deva, vṛṇe Deva mokṣaṁ na. O Deva, I do not ask for moksha, for liberation. And va means or, mokṣāvadhiṁ, nor the highest limit of liberation, which is residence in Vaikuṇṭha. Na cānyaṁ vṛṇe. And aham, I also vṛṇe, I do not ask for Cha means and I do not ask for anyam, na anyam, cha. I do not ask for anything else. I do not ask anything else from you who are vareśād. You are the supreme benefactor. I do not ask for anything else from you. And then, or any other benediction. And there's a footnote here. It says, Na cānyaṁ, others also can refer either to the benediction of performing the 9 limbs of bhakti, or vaidhi bhakti, or to achieving any other worthy attainment. I should add the word vaidhi there. Yeah. O Nātha, may this form of yours as Bāla-gopāla in Vṛndāvana, may that form in Vṛndāvana forever remain visible in my heart. Kim anyaiḥ, what is the use of anything else? Sadā, always, may, in my manasy, in my mind. āvirāstāṁ, may it always remain visible, or manifest. This vapur, this form of yours, O Nātha, they means your vapur, your form, as gopāla-bālaṁ, as a little young cowherd boy. Bāla-gopāla. Okay, so now the Digdarshini Vritti of this verse by our Srila Gurudeva. We'll read it for 15 minutes. Up till now, Sri Satyavrat Muni has been describing the sweet pastimes of Sri Krishna, and specifically the pastimes characterized by Vatsalya Ras. Consequently, his heart has been melting, and he is becoming fully absorbed in it. Sri Krishna is not especially pleased with the prayers offered by Lord Brahma or the other demigods. On the other hand, if one sings about the pastimes of Sri Krishna's devotees, and especially about the pastimes of the Vrajavasis, then Sri Krishna will not only be pleased, but he will even be controlled by them. Sri Satyavrat Muni then prayed, O Damodar, your mother has so much affection and fondness for you. She is the very embodiment of boundless Vatsalya Prem for you. With profound motherly affection, she cares for you and nurtures you, considering you to be her dependent child. Naturally, just as a mother's qualities ordinarily appear in her children, her mother qualities of forgiveness and compassion also appear in you. Kindly ignore my offenses, my sins, my anarthas, and my bad qualities, and just be pleased with me. Kindly just grant me your causeless mercy. It is as though Sri Krishna, being pleased by Sri Satyavrat Muni's prayer, had asked the sage to accept his desired boons. And now, at the beginning of this stanza, the sage says, Vṛṛaṁ Deva mokṣaṁ na mokṣāvadhiṁ va. I do not want liberation or even the utmost limit of freedom, residence in Vaikuṇṭha loka, nor have I need for any other such benedictions. Sri Satyavrat Muni prays, O Bhagavan, you are the original Lord of all lords and the source of everything. Therefore, you are capable of granting all benedictions. Nothing is impossible for you. Although liberation is the cherished attainment of one who has realized the temporary nature of worldly existence and has consequently become detached, I have no need for the benediction of attaining liberation. There are 5 kinds of mukti described in the scriptures: Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sarshti, and Sayujya. And editor's footnote. The 5 kinds of mukti grant the following opulences. Salokya grants residence on the same planet as Bhagavan. Samipya grants constant nearness to him. Sarupya grants a form like his. And Sarshti grants boundless fortune similar to his. The 5th type of liberation, Sayujya, is attained at the exclusion of the other 4, as it grants total cessation of the individual ego by merging into the existence of Bhagavan. So these are the 5 kinds of mukti described in the scriptures. The definition of mukti is found in Sankhya Shastra. It's Atyantiki dukkha nivrittir eva mukti. The final cessation of all forms of misery suffered during the endless cycle of birth and death is mukti. Isn't this what Gadadhar Pandit said to Mahaprabhu when Mahaprabhu asked him what is mukti when they were in school? I think so. Resolving to permanently end their suffering, some people aspire for sayuja mukti, merging into the impersonal feature of Brahma. This form of mukti is actually offensive and is fully opposed to bhakti. Previously, even the 4 Kumaras, Shri Shanak, Shri Sanandana, Shri Sanatan, and Shri Sanat Kumar, desired this kind of mukti. There's a footnote here as well. Editor's footnote. In Srila Sanatana Goswami's Digdarshini Tika, the prayer from Srimad Bhagavatam 3.15.49, beginning with Kamam Bhava, is spoken by the 4 Kumars during their first direct darshan of Lord Narayan at the gates of Vaikuṇṭha. Needless to say, by the time they spoke that prayer, they had long since abandoned their desire for sayuja mukti. Yes, when they smelt the tulsi on the feet of Narayan, right? Then all that desire for mukti vanished. So previously, even the 4 Kumars desired this kind of mukti, the sayuja mukti. However, as Sri Satyavrat Muni prays for his desired boon, he disregards the goal of moksha, sayuja mukti, with the words vṛṇe deva mokṣaṁ. And with the words na mokṣāvadhiṁ va, he expresses that he does not even want the unending, concentrated happiness of residing in Vaikuṇṭha, the ultimate limit of freedom. We should carefully consider the meaning of mokṣāvadhiṁ. Unlike sayuja mukti, the other 4 kinds of mukti are not entirely unfavorable to bhakti. Those who accept these 4 kinds of mukti exist within the realm of Vaikuṇṭha in 2 classifications. In one class, swa sukaishwaryottara moksha, the desire for one's own happiness and opulence predominates. Whereas in the other class, prem sevottara moksha, one's longing to render loving service to Sri Bhagavan predominates over all other desires. Those who long for prem sevottara moksha never desire the inferior swa sukaishwaryottara moksha. The example of the 4 Kumars illustrates this. When the 4 Kumars experienced the fragrance of the tulsi leaves that had been placed upon the lotus feet of Sri Narayan, they utterly abandoned their previous desires for impersonal liberation. They at once became jnani bhaktas, devotees who have knowledge of the Lord's absolute divinity, and began seeking after prema seva uttara moksha. Shuddha bhaktas, however, the pure devotees, they have one pointed attachment for the loving service of Sri Krishna. They do not even aspire for prem sevottara moksha, wherein some desire for one's own happiness still remains. When Sri Bhagavan offers such one-pointed devotees either of these classes of moksha, they never accept. Therefore, in Srimad Bhagavatam 3.29.13, Sri Bhagavan says, Diyamanam na grinanti vina mat sevanam jana. A pure devotee never accepts any kind of moksha, even if I personally offer it to him. And it also says, Vina mat sevanam jana, says, without service to me. Yeah. The unalloyed devotee's only desire is to engage in loving service to Sri Bhagavan. In the history of Vṛttāsura, narrated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Vṛttāsura rejected all varieties of moksha and prayed to be able to render service to the lotus feet of Sri Bhagavan. It's a very famous verse. Nanakaprishtam na chaparamishtam na sarvabhaumam na narasadhipatyam na yoga siddhir apunar bhavangva samanjasatva virahaya kangshe. 6th canto, 11th chapter, verse 25. O ocean of all good fortune, apart from serving your lotus feet, I do not wish for anything. I do not wish to obtain the summit of heaven, Dhruvaloka, the Vaikuṇṭha planet situated at the zenith of the material cosmos, nor the highest seat of power within the universe, the seat of Lord Brahma. Nor have I any desire for sovereignty over all the earth, nor sovereignty of all the planets down to Rasathal, which are flooding with sense enjoyment. I do not long for mastery over all the yoga siddhis, nor even for the end of repeated birth and death, for moksha. In the same way, Sri Satyavrat Muni is not even asking for a boon related to the utmost limit of moksha, residence in Vaikuṇṭha. Sri Satyavrat Muni continues, Na cha anyam. Furthermore, I have no desire to obtain any other benediction. By the word anya, other, in this phrase, Sri Satyavrat Muni implies, I do not even want the result of performing the 9 kinds of Vaidhi Navada Bhakti, hearing about Sri Bhagavan, Shravan, chanting his names, Kirtan, remembering him, Vishnu Smara, serving his lotus feet, Pada Sevana, worshipping him, Archana, praising him, Vandana, maintaining the attitude of serving him, Dasya, nurturing a friendship with him, Sakhya, and submitting one's very self to him, Atma Nivedan. His response astonishes Sri Krishna, who then asks, the 9-fold system of devotional service, Navada Bhakti, has been abundantly praised in the scriptures. Yet you do not want to accept even that? What then is your desire? Then Sri Satyavrat Muni utters his prayer. My only desire is that your form as little Bāla-gopāla manifest in my heart forever. That small cowherd boy who is afraid of his mother and who is looking here and there with fearful, suspicious eyes. In the phrase vareśād apīha, vara ishat apīha, the word iha means here, or in this place. Thus the sage is praying, may your little form as a little cowherd boy, which is present here in Vṛndāvana, appear within my mind. I have no need for any other benediction besides this. The form of Bāla-gopāla will only appear in one's heart as a result of prem bhakti. Sadhaks who perform Shravan, Kirtan, and Smaran of Sri Krishna do not care if they go to heaven or hell. Their only desire is to engage in cultivating prem bhakti under the guidance of a tattva-gya rasik Vaishnavas, Vaishnavas who have realized the absolute truth and who are expert in relishing loving emotions. It is therefore said, Tanamarupa charitadi sukirtanano smrityo kramena rasana manasy niyojya tishtan vraje taranuragi jananugami kalam nayed akila muktyupadesha saram. Upadeshamrita, verse 8. Oops. Yeah. The bhakti sadhaks should nicely perform kirtan and smaran of Sri Krishna's name, form, character, and pastimes. Thus, they should gradually engage their tongues and minds, withdrawing them from absorption in sense objects which cause aversion to Sri Krishna. Residing in Vraj Mandal, they should follow in the footsteps of Sri Krishna's associates who have deep attachment for him, and fully utilize every moment of their time like this. This is the essence of all teachings. Similarly, in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47-58, Sri Uddhav says, Eta param tanubrito bhuvi gopavadvo Govinda eva nikilatmani brudha bhava Vanchanti yadbhava bhiyo munayo vayamcha Kim brahma janma virananta katara sasya. The young wives of the Gopas embodied here on earth lead the topmost lives because they have Mahabhav, or full-blown selfless love for Sri Govinda, the very soul of all. Their pure love is sought after by those who fear repeated birth and death, as well as by us. What is the use of being born even as Lord Brahma if one does not have any taste for hearing the nectarian descriptions of Sri Hari. Vritrasura also prays that he may gain the association of Vaishnavas and cultivate prem bhakti under their guidance. So, same chapter 11 of 6th canto, 27. Mamottama shloka janeshu sakyam samsara chakre brahmata sakarmipi tvanmayayatmatmaja tarageheshva sakta chittasya nanata bhuyat. O Master of my life, I am not seeking liberation. I am not concerned if I must repeatedly roam about in this vicious cycle of birth and death as a result of my actions. However, wherever I go, and in whatever species I take birth, please grant me the loving friendship of your dear devotees, for in their association I can cultivate prem bhakti. My Lord, I only pray that I will not have to mingle with those who are bewildered by your illusory potency, are always attached to their bodies, homes, children, families, and so on. Okay, we have one more minute to read. I just want to see how much is left in this chapter. Okay, there's still a fair bit left. So I'll just read a tiny bit more. Actually, no, let's stop here. Yeah. Actually, I just want just to complete this part about Navada Bhakti. We're gonna read two more paragraphs. Two more paragraphs in this verse, okay? Short paragraphs. So, although the position of Navada Bhakti is so elevated, Sri Satyavrat Muni has no desire for it. Why? Srila Sanatana Goswami reconciles this wonder. He explains that the fruit of one's practice of Navada Bhakti depends upon the nature of one's practice. When the 9 limbs of bhakti are performed according to Vaidhi Marg, the path of strict adherence to scriptural regulations based on fear, they enable the sadhak to attain Vaikuṇṭha. On the other hand, when the same limbs of bhakti are performed in Rag Marg, the path of spontaneous love, they enable the sadhak to reach the abode of Vṛndāvana, where they attain loving service to Sri Krishna. It is important to carefully understand the meaning of raga. Raga is defined as one's attraction to an object. If the soul's inherent capacity to be attracted is towards Sri Krishna, if he becomes the exclusive object of that attraction, it is called ragatmika bhakti. The Rupa Goswami part has defined the ragatmika bhakti in the following verse. Famous verse. Ishte swarasaki raga parama vishtata bhavet tanmai ya bhavet tanmai ya bhavet bhakti satra ragat. Oops. This should be over there. Anyways, tanmai yad bhavet bhakti satra ragatmiko ditar. This is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1-272. Raga is the unquenchable loving thirst for the object of one's affection that in turn gives rise to spontaneous and intense absorption in that object. Devotion that is performed with such rag is known as ragatmika bhakti. So this is what Satyavrat Muni is praying for. Not this Vaidhi bhakti, but this ragatmika bhakti. All right, so that's our reading for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur, Hari Bol. जय श्री सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि की जय। श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जय। जय श्री गुरुदेव की जय। जय श्री परम गुरुदेव की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री रूपान गौर्य गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जी गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ सार गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम अचय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। शिक्षित मंडल कौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदत्त गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड यमुना गंगा तुलसी भक्त देवी की जय। जय श्री भक्ति बलवतीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जय। His beautiful book Shri Chaitanya and His Associates की जय। जय श्री uh, जय श्रीला नरहरि सरकार ठाकुर की जय। जय श्रीला तृतीय शुभ तिरुभाव तिथि की जय। Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival in Panihati Gram at the house of Raghava Pandit ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Jai Shri Yashoda Damodar Radha Damodar ki jai. Shri Damodar Vrat ki jai. Shri Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशवाय कृष्ण भक्ति पद देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। धन्यवाद प्रणाम निरी हरि प्रभु भवतारिणी माता जी छत्रमाई माता जी अनादि कृष्ण प्रभु चंपक माता जी Vidyalala Sadidi Ganga Mata ji and all the I only see those two comments, but I don't know, maybe Indira Mataji, Raseshwari Mataji, uh sorry, my mind's all of a sudden going blank, but Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Pramila Didi, and Mahi Bharat Prabhu, and so many other devotees. Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for joining. Also pranams all the devotees watching the future, like Shachi Devi, Jayadev Prabhu, Krishna Rose, Ananda Pradayani, and everybody else. Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you all tomorrow to read. Let's take a quick look at the calendar. To read. Okay, we'll continue reading from Dāmodarāṣṭakam for the next couple days, and then in 3 days from now is the day of Krishna's Dham Bandhan Leela, Deepavali. So maybe on that day we can read from Srila Jiva Goswami's Gopal Champu. He tells that pastime in a very beautiful way. Yeah. And then after that is Anukut. All right. See you all tomorrow. Haribol. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before I end today's stream? Haribol, Raseshwari Mataji. Yeah, anything anybody wants to mention? All right. See you all tomorrow. Haribol.